Warin, a 32-year-old architect, tall and slender with pale skin and sharp eyes, arrived at Ruean Ram Phrai with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The large wooden house stood imposingly in the middle of Khao Yai forest, looking terrifyingly old and dilapidated. The surroundings were overgrown, the forest dense, as if it had been abandoned for decades. He had been tasked by his grandmother, the current owner, to restore the house to its former glory and to uncover the truth behind the death of the previous owner, a man named Than Chao Sua Akaradech, who died mysteriously decades ago. Warin took a deep breath, trying to suppress the fear and unease that was beginning to well up inside him. Jaem, a 60-year-old local woman with wrinkled skin and somber eyes, came out to welcome Warin. Her demeanor was friendly, but tinged with concern. Jaem recounted the local legends and folklore about Ruean Ram Phrai, saying that the house had a long history and that the spirit of Tan Chausua Akaragak still resided within it. She warned Warin to be careful and not to enter the forbidden room on the top floor, as it was where Than Chausua Akaradek had spent most of his time before his death, and was a place where strange phenomena often occurred. Warin listened to the stories with interest, but remained skeptical about ghosts and curses, believing they were all just tales made up by the villagers. As Warin was carefully exploring Ruean Ram Phrai, he noticed a crack on the wall of the great hall. The crack looked peculiar. Not like one caused by natural decay over time, but as if someone had tried to smash the wall from within. Warin touched the area around the crack and felt an icy chill spread through his fingertips. Suddenly, he heard a faint whisper, as if someone was calling his name from behind. Warin spun around, but found no one, only the profound darkness that enveloped the house. After the strange incident last night, Warin decided to seriously begin the restoration of Ruean Ram Phrai. He started by inspecting the structure of the house and cleaning the great hall, which was filled with dust and filth. While cleaning the old paintings hanging on the wall, Warin noticed one that particularly caught his attention. It was a portrait of a stout, elderly man with a fierce face, dressed in ancient noble attire. The man in the painting was Than Chausua Akaradek, the previous owner of the house. Warin felt as if he were mesmerized, staring at the painting for a long time, as if Than Chausua Akaradek was looking back at him. Jaem approached Warin, bringing him some herbal tea she had prepared. Warin told her about the painting of Than Chausua Akaradek. Jaem explained that the tycoon was a very powerful and wealthy man in his time, But he was also notorious for his cruelty and for harming others. He had many wives, but none could stay with him for long, as they were often abused or abandoned by him. Pa Jaem also mentioned a mysterious relationship between Than Chao Sua Akradek and a young village girl named Malee, who mysteriously disappeared after the tycoon's death. That night, Warin dreamt of a scene from the past. He saw Than Chao Sua Akaradek arguing with the young woman Malee in his study. Their voices thundered through the house. Enraged, Than Chao Sua Akaradek slapped and brutally assaulted Malee. Malee tried to flee but was caught by him. He threatened Malee, vowing he would never let her go anywhere. Warin awoke in shock, drenched in sweat. He felt that the dream was not just a dream, but a memory hidden within Ruean Ram Phrai itself. Despite Pa Jaem's warning, Warin decided to enter the forbidden room on the top floor of the house. He wanted to find the truth behind Than Chao Sua Akaradek's death and the fate of the young woman, Malee. The forbidden room was filled with dust and cobwebs. Things were left untouched, as if the owner had just left yesterday. Warin noticed Than Chao Sua Akaradek's desk. On it lay old documents and a notebook. Warin opened the notebook and found it filled with the secrets and corruption of Than Chao Sua Akaradek. While Warin was reading the notebook, he heard a woman's sobbing from the corner of the room. Warin turned to look and saw the faint, translucent figure of a young woman standing in the corner. She wore an ancient white tie dress. Her face was pale, and her eyes were red with tears. The woman was the spirit of Malee. Malee's spirit reached out her hand to Warin, trying to communicate something to him. Warin was shocked and frightened, but he tried to compose himself and listen to what Malee's spirit wanted to say. The spirit of Malee recounted that she was killed by Than Chao Sua Akaradek because she knew the secret of his corruption. Suddenly, a loud clap of thunder roared. Pa Jaem ran up to the forbidden room in alarm. Seeing Malee's spirit, she shrieked in terror. Pa Jaem told Warin that Malee's spirit was a malevolent one that haunted people who entered Ruean Ram Phrai. She pleaded with Warin to leave the forbidden room immediately. Warin hesitated for a moment, but ultimately decided to trust Pa Jaem. He left the forbidden room and went back downstairs, feeling confused and frightened. After the incident in the forbidden room, Warin felt he needed to find an expert to help solve the mystery of Ruean Ram Phrai. He contacted Ajarn Thawat, a historian and archaeologist who was his close friend. Ajarn Thawat arrived at Ruean Ram Phrai and began to meticulously inspect the house's condition. He discovered that Ruean Ram Phrai was built during the reign of King Rama V and was once the residence of a high-ranking nobleman. Ajarn Thawat also found an ancient inscription on the wall of the house's basement. The inscription was in ancient Pali and had strange patterns. Ajarn Thawat spent several days translating the ancient inscription. Finally, he was able to decipher its meaning. The inscription told the legend of Ruean Ram Phrai, that it was a house built to imprison a malevolent spirit that had harmed people in the past. That evil spirit was named Yom Tut Dam, the Black Reaper. Yom Tut Dam was a bloodthirsty spirit that wanted to destroy everything. Ajarn Thawat also found that the inscription specified a method to release the spirit of Yom Tut Dam, which required an ancient ritual and sacred talismans. While Ajarn Thawat was studying the ancient inscription, Warin encountered the spirit of Malee again. The spirit of Malee appeared before Warin and told him that the ancient inscription was a fake. Tan Chao Sua Akaradech had created the inscription to deceive people and conceal the truth. The spirit of Malee said that Tan Chao Sua Akaradech was the one who worshipped the spirit of Yom Tut Dam and wanted to use its power for personal gain. From the new discovery, Warin and Ajarn Thawat realized they were in grave danger. They believed that Tan Chao Sua Akaradek did not die of natural causes, but was killed by the spirit of Yom Tut Dam after he failed to control its power. Ajarn Thawat suggested that Warin and Pa Jaem perform an ancient ritual together to banish the spirit of Yom Tut Dam from Ruean Ram Phrai. The ritual required sacred talismans and the correct chanting of ancient incantations. Pa Jaem brought and prepared the necessary talismans and equipment. On the night of the full moon, Warin, Ajarn Thawat, and Pa Jaem began the ritual in the basement of Ruean Ram Phrai. They chanted ancient incantations and lit incense and candles to worship the ancestors. Suddenly, a strange, strong wind blew, and the candle flames went out. Pa Jaem said that the spirit of Yom Tut Dam was obstructing the ritual. Warin tried to concentrate and continued to chant undeterred, while Ajarn Thawat watched with a tense expression. Suddenly, the spirit of Yom Tut Dam appeared in the basement. Its body was tall and imposing, its blood-red eyes burning with rage. Yom Tut Dam breathed fire at Warin and Ajarn Thawat. Pa Jaem quickly used a talisman to shield Warin and Ajarn Thawat from the flames. Warin knew they had to fight Yom-Mathut Dam to protect themselves and ruin Ram Phrai. The battle between Warin and the spirit of Yom-Mathut Dam raged fiercely. The spirit of Yom-Mathut Dam possessed immense power, able to create illusions and control people's minds. Warin tried to fight the fear and confusion created by Yom-Mathut Dam, but he was gradually growing weaker. Yom-Mathut Dam attempted to possess Warin's mind, ordering him to destroy the sacred talismans that Jaem had prepared. Warin fought against his own thoughts with all his might, not wanting to let Yom-Mathut Dam control him. While Warin was fighting Yom-Mathut Dam, the spirit of Malee appeared to help him. Malee said she knew Yom-Mathut Dam's weakness and could help Warin defeat it. She explained that Yom-Mathut Dam is weak against love and compassion. Warin must use the power of love and compassion to drive it away. Warin didn't understand why Malee came to help him, especially since Yom-Mathut Dam was the one who had killed her. Malee explained that she was not resentful of Yom-Mathut Dam. She pitied it for being sacrificed and becoming a malevolent spirit. Malee wanted to help Yom-Mathut Dam be free from its suffering. She believed it didn't want to hurt anyone, but only to be released from its bondage. Warin was impressed by Malee's selflessness and compassion. He decided to follow Malee's advice and use the power of love and compassion to drive Yom-Mathut Dam away. Warin closed his eyes, gathering the power of love and compassion in his mind. He sent that power to the spirit of Yom-Mathut Dam with all his might. A bright white light shone out from Warin, spreading throughout the basement. The white light caused the spirit of Yom-Mathut Dam to feel pain and grow weaker. Yom-Mathut Dam tried to fight against Warin's power, but could not resist it. Malee's spirit came to help Warin, reinforcing the power of love and compassion. She approached Yom-Mathut Dam and hugged its spirit. Malee said she understood its feelings and was ready to forgive it. Yom-Mathut Dam began to soften and shed tears. Its tears turned into a bright white light. Ajarn Thawat watched the event in astonishment. He had never thought before that a malevolent spirit could be liberated by the power of love and compassion. Finally, the spirit of Yom-Mathut Dam was released from its bondage. The spirit disappeared from the basement, along with the bright white light. Warin and Malee opened their eyes, looking at each other with elation. They felt they had done the best thing possible. They were able to overcome evil with the power of love and compassion. After the incidents in the basement, everything returned to peace. Ruean Ram Phrai seemed to be free from the malevolent spirit. Warin, Auntie Jaem, and Ajarn Thawat explored the manor again. They found that Chao Sua Acharadej's study had been reorganized, as if someone had come in to clean it. They also found a notebook hidden in a desk drawer. That notebook was the personal journal of Chao Sua. Warin opened the notebook to read and found that inside Chao Sua Akaradej had written about his past mistakes. He wrote about corruption, harming others, and the murder of Malee. Chao Sua Akaradej felt regret and remorse for what he had done. He wrote that he hoped someone would come and release his spirit from suffering. Warin felt pity for Chao Sua Akaradej. He understood that Chao Sua wasn't always a bad person, but had been overcome by greed and ambition. Ajarn Thawat said that this notebook was important evidence showing that Chao Sua Akaradej was not the only one at fault, but that others were behind his corruption. Ajarn Thawat suggested that Warin take the evidence to the police to press charges against those involved. Warin agreed with Ajarn Thawat's proposal. He believed that justice must be served. After Warin handed the evidence to the police, legal proceedings against those involved in Chao Sua Akaradej corruption began. Warin felt relieved to have helped resolve the case. Auntie Jaem thanked Warin for helping to bring Ruean Ram Phrai back to life. Auntie Jaem said she would continue to take care of Ruean Ram Phrai and would open it as a museum for people to learn about the history and legends of the house. That evening, Warin walked out to the garden behind the house. He sat quietly, watching the sunset. Suddenly, the spirit of Malee appeared before Warin. Malee smiled warmly at Warin and thanked him for helping to free her and Yomathut Dam from their suffering. Malee said she had to go, but she would always watch over and protect Ruean Ram Phrai. Warin watched as Malee's form slowly faded away. He felt that he had learned an important lesson from the events that had transpired. He learned that love, compassion, and forgiveness are more powerful than anger and vengeance. Warin decided to live the rest of his life with honesty, justice, and compassion. Many years passed. Ruean Ram Phrai became a famous museum. People from all over traveled to visit this house to learn about its history and legends. Auntie Jaem still took close care of Ruean Ram Phrai. She would tell various stories about the house to interested visitors. Warin regularly returned to visit Auntie Jaem and Ruean Ram Phrai. He felt happy to see the house come back to life again. People say that Ruean Ram Phrai is a place with mysterious and sacred power. Some believe that the spirits of Malee and Yom-Matudam still reside in the house, but they do not feel scared at all because the two spirits have become the guardians of Ruean Ram Phrai. People believe that visiting Ruean Ram Phrai will bring good fortune and happiness. Warin looked at Ruean Ram Phrai with love and pride. He knew that this house would forever be a symbol of hope, love, and forgiveness. Ruean Ram Phrai was not just an old wooden house, but a place filled with stories, memories, and a priceless lesson for everyone who came to visit.